Good morning. It is Friday, although it feels like a Sunday for some reason to me. But it is Friday morning at 9 o'clock. The dog is here. Hi, Edie. Oh my gosh, you got up early and did this with me. The dog is perched. I swear I was late to my mat, so he was waiting for me. Hi, Steve. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you guys got up. Hi, David Connor. I'm not even sure that I know you, but maybe you're someone I know using an account, or maybe you're new. If you're brand new, welcome. You can see by my setup, of course the dog doesn't stay, but you only need enough room to move your arms and legs around in this space. If you have a mat, that is an added bonus. Just sort of gives you a place to some markers and some boundaries for you. So the other thing, I'm working barefoot today. Today is going to be Barre-ish Bootcamp. I say ish because it's not traditional bar boot camp. Oh gosh, oh my gosh, hi, oh yes, hey Melanie, awesome, thanks for getting up. So I know it's a funny 9 o'clock post-COVID seems like the middle of the night, but pre-COVID it did not seem late at all or early at all. So today I'm going to use a body bar, the weighted bar. If you don't have one, that's perfectly fine. You can either use dumbbells or a broomstick if you want. The broomstick will help you more with balance. The dumbbells will give you more resistance. I saw a cool thing a friend of mine did on Live with Regis and Kelly, and he took water bottles and loaded them with rice or sand. Hi, Jane. So that gave him some resistance. So you can do that. The breakdown is going to be, we're going to do a warm-up with a lot of upper body stabilization in it. And I'm going to say a lot because today I don't have time to do an after party. I've got to get showered and out of here. So I'm going to add a little extra upper body in the warm-up. Then we'll do a section with the bar or your dumbbells. And then I'll do a section of cardio where we'll add in strength, balance, and cardio all together. And then we'll finish with core. Also, thank you so much to everybody who's been able to make a donation to my Venmo and PayPal. I really appreciate it. If you're not in a position to do that, don't worry about it. But what you could do, and I hope everybody does, is go over to my YouTube fitness channel that I'm starting. The link is in my bio on Instagram. And then also it's just Deb Prager Fitness on YouTube if you put it in the search bar. Because if I get enough subscribers there, we can move our live platform there, which I think is a much better platform to utilize. But I can't do it till I have enough people. Hi, Guy. So thank you to everybody who's done that. If you have any injuries that you're dealing with, know that I teach everything in levels. So you can always stick with the first or second level. If you've seen a doctor about an injury, please make sure you've been cleared to do this so that you don't get hurt, because that would not be any fun. So if this dog can exit my lap, I'm sure he's going to leave a ton of dog hair, but he doesn't. There he goes. All right. So if whatever resistance you're using, you want to have the front of your space. Also, if you have a towel, that would be great, not just to wipe up your sweat, but for afterwards, we're going to use it a little bit for resistance. So, and also having some water nearby is pretty fantastic. Hi, Vanessa. I like to keep mine in a wine goblet because, it's just more fun. All right. Front edge of your space, wherever that is for you. Today you're going to start with, I'm waving my child off to the stables to ride a horse. All right, so feet wide, toes facing the corners, sink your hips, and just take your arms up over your head. I'm going to warn you now, my legs are so sore. Yesterday I did something I've never done. Maybe a lot of you have done it. I went and ran like a big set of stairs, and by big I mean really big, several times. Heart rate through the roof, legs shaking. I haven't done that since college. All right, shoulders down and back, just holding here. Lace your fingers, press your palms up towards the ceiling, and then maybe lift your heels and hold. See, right here out of the gate, I'm pretending that this isn't killing me. It is killing me. My calves are baked. All righty, up dog in the shot. Lower your heels, come to the center, bring your toes towards me, and then find a squat position. So your palms are still facing up, to where the wall meets the ceiling in front of you. You can wiggle your toes because there's no weight in them. Holding it here, hands down to your legs. I'm sitting here listening to this music thinking, this is not the playlist I put on there, but I guess that's what we're gonna use. Round your back for 2, release for 2. Round up, 1, 2, release. Let's do it again. Round up for 2, release. This time, come all the way up, and both arms come up together. Forward fold, either grab your elbows or let your hands fall to the floor. Either way, try to straighten your left leg and bend your right knee, sitting into your left hip here. All of your toes can wiggle. And change sides, straighten your right leg and bend your left knee, sitting into your right hip. Your toes can wiggle. I just have to peek at this because I don't know how that got on there. It is just craziness today. Bend both knees, let your head hang, lift your tailbone up, unroll at the top, palms together, find your squat position. You can wiggle your toes here. Right fingertips reach down, sort of right between your toes. Your left arm's gonna rotate up to where the wall meets the ceiling behind you. You're gonna try not to do this. You're gonna try to keep both knees bent, toes can wiggle, push down into the floor to come up, palms together. Let's break the other side down. Squat, left fingertips to the floor, right fingertips reach up as you rotate through your core. Can your toes wiggle? Are your knees bent the same amount? Push down, find your palms together slightly faster so you'll sink for 2, come up. Again, sink 1, 2, and now single count. So you'll sink, press down to come up. Try not to lock your knees. Sink, let's do 4 more. So 4, press, 3, twice more. Then hold your palms together. Find your squat. Take your arms up to where the wall meets the ceiling in front of you. Then shift your weight slightly forward and lift your heels up. And hold here for 4, 3, 2, lower your heels, fold, lift your tailbone up. Unroll, 3, 2, both arms come up, inhale, reach up. Forward fold, unroll, in 4, 3, 2, let's do that again, both arms up. Forward fold, unroll, in 4, 3, this time on your fold, bend your knees far enough that your hands can find the floor. And step back to a downward facing dog. Looks like an upside down V if you're new to this. Heels pressed to the floor, your tailbone lifts up to where the wall meets the ceiling behind you. Palms pressing into the floor. Ooh, my calves are on fire. Pressing your chest through your shoulders. You'll bring your hips down towards your plank, right into your plank. If this is too crazy for you, you can always put your knees down. This is what happens when there's no producer here. The dog just roams free. From either plank, lift your tailbone up to a down dog. Lower back down to plank. Let's take it in 2 counts. Lift your tailbone up for 2 and plank for 2. Remembering every time you come to plank, you can always put your knees on the floor for 2 and lower. Again, lift for 2 and lower. Twice more, lift up for 2. This time, hold your down dog and both heels lift up together and lower. Lift and lower, lift and lower. 4 more to go just like that. In 4, press, 3, press, 2, once more. Hold your down dog and shift your weight to your right hand and foot. Bring your left leg up until you feel the stretch behind your right leg. You can stay right here or bend your left knee and open your left hip. If you took the bend and rotation, you'll straighten back out to a down dog split where you can stay or lower your hips, bring your left knee into your chest. If you came down here, you can give your knee a little pulse pulse, 2, 3, you have 4 more to go. So 4, 3, 2, then come right back up to your down dog split. Both feet to the floor, everybody's in the down dog in the center. Then shift your weight over to your left hand and foot. Bring your right leg up, only far enough to feel the stretch behind your left leg. You can stay right here, or bend your right knee and open your right hip. If you took the bend and rotation, straighten back out to a down dog split where you can stay, or lower your hips and bring your right knee into your chest. If you came down, maybe give it a little pulse. The dog wants me to throw this little ratty toy so badly. 4 more from here, in 4, 3, 2, and come back to a down dog split. Then both feet to the floor. Everybody's in a down dog. We'll lower our hips to plank. From here, you can keep your knees up or lower them down. Try to bring your right leg up next to your right hand. Maybe your back knee is on the floor. Just gotta move this. Maybe you touch your knee. Maybe you reach all the way up to the ceiling. Either way, both hands down to the floor. Engage your core. Step to plank. Try it on the left. Step your left foot forward. Maybe your knee is on the floor. Maybe you touch your knee with your left hand. Maybe you reach all the way up. Either way, both hands to the floor. Engage your core and to plank. Slightly faster here. Step forward, reach, floor, and plank. So you can always go slower than I am. You can work with your knees on the floor the whole time. You can do it without any reach at all. It's entirely up to you. 1 more. Then hold any plank. If your knees are still up, put them down. Release your feet, hips to your heels. Child's pose here. Pressing your chest through your shoulders. Let's round up and find your modified plank. So that's hands underneath your shoulders, knees on the floor, feet flipped over. So the temptation is to be here, push down, get out of your shoulders, rotate your elbows towards each other, then try to bend them even just a little bit, maybe further, entirely up to you. Wherever you are, you'll straighten your elbows, hips to your heels. Child's pose, we're gonna make that flow slightly faster. Round up and either hold or bend and child's pose. The amount of the bend in the elbows is up to you. The further you bend them, the more resistance you give yourself. So just think of a small bend as a light dumbbell and a deep bend, heavier dumbbell. Round, press. I said we were doing extra today in this because I don't have any time for an after party today. Same thing, round up, bend or not. Round, bend or not. High step the knee. This time, come all the way down. Keep your hands next to your rib cage, right leg up and lower left. So this is your move. Maybe you press up and rotate back behind you. Press. Again. Let's do 4 more of any level. 4. Press. 3, 2, and then press your chest up. Hips back to your heels. Child's pose here. Then round up to a modified plank. Tuck your toes, squeeze underneath your armpits. Push against the floor to find your down dog. Then bring your knees back to the floor. Release your feet, hips to your heels. Let's make it flow. Round up for 2, down dog for 2, and lower. Release, child's pose again. Round up for 2, push down for 2. Breathing all the way through it. Round up for 2, push down for 2. This time, modified plank. Hold it here. Now everybody's gonna come down to their forearms. Maybe an option here to either tuck your toes and lift your knees and work from here, or keep your knees down. I'm gonna show it on the knees down first. You're gonna turn your right forearm parallel to me. You're gonna rotate over to a side plank. Come back to the center, switch sides. Left forearm rotates parallel to me. Your right arm lifts up. Come back to the center. So this time I'll do it with my knees up. All right, right forearm rotates, left arm comes up. Come back to the center, reverse it. Left arm rotates towards parallel to me. Right arm comes up, back to the center. So slightly faster here. So rotate, lift, and over to the center. Rotate up, lift, and back to the center. Again, rotate the arm. Reach, back to the center. Rotate, lift, hold in the center. If your knees are up, you'll hold here and maybe dip your right hip and then your left. Again, so right hip and left. If you're holding on your knees, your next progression is gonna be from here to here. Whoops, which side are we on? Right, center, left, 4 more. So holding or dipping, last 2. And hold your last plank. If your knees are up, put them down. Come back to your hands. Tuck your toes. Lift your tailbone up. Walk your feet up towards your hands. Forward fold. Let your head hang. Lift your tailbone up. And unroll. At the top, grab either your dumbbells or your body bar. If I didn't say at the beginning of class, this is made by a company called the Body Bar. I don't have a piece of them, I just love the product. It's just a weighted neoprene covered bar. You can get it on Amazon, I think it's like $38. So have a sip of whatever you're drinking. All right, let's take an overhand grip, either on your dumbbells or your bar, or your water bottles, your broomstick. Feet under your hips, hips under your shoulders, toes facing me. So you're gonna sink your hips, push down, squeeze your glutes at the top. 1, 2, squeeze your glutes here. If I didn't already mention it, you wanna make sure that you have space on either side of your mat because we are gonna work some lateral stuff. Single count, sink. Squeeze your glutes at the top here so you push into the floor to find your top position. Once more, hold it here, lower your elbows. Press your bar up on a diagonal to where the wall meets the ceiling in front of you. Bring it right back down. Knees are not locked. 1 squat, 1 diagonal press. Let's do it again. So squat, lower, press. Again, squat, lower, press. That's our move. 1 squat, 1 press. Again, you can stay here or make it flow slightly faster. Squat, press, squat. Push down through your feet. Maybe your right knee lifts at the top and then your left. Press, sink, push down, sink, press. Let's do it again. So sink, press. 2 more. Then just the squat. Sink, squeeze your glutes at the top, and then take your feet wide, toes to the corners. So instead of your hips going back, now they go straight down and up. Chest up, shoulders down and back. Hold your down position, hold. Little pulses here. Breathing in and out. Finally, the dog got bored and realized none of y'all were gonna play with him. 4 more. In 1, 2, 3. Hold it here. Heels up. Extend your legs. Lower your heels. Sink, press, extend up. Tempo here. Sink, press, up. Sink, press, sink, press. Let's do 4 more from here. We have 4 and up. 3, work through your feet. 1 more time. Then just the hip sink 2 times. Once more. Heels lift. Push down through your toes. 1 of each. Sink your hips once. Heels up. Lift, sink your hips. heels up. Slightly faster here. Sink, press, sink, press. Yep. One more, then up tempo, sink to press, down, up, up. Final 4, 3, 2, hold your up position. Hold, sink your hips. Little pulses, I spoke too soon, I can hear them behind me. Round your elbows, lift your dumbbells or your bar for 4, 3, hold shoulder height. Maybe rotate to your right and center and over to your left. 1, 2, center, lower your heels, come up, shake it out, parallel squat. Sink, squeeze your glutes. Now as you squat, flip your grip one hand at a time to underhand. If you're using dumbbells, keep them in an overhand grip hanging. If you're using a bar, roll the bar up and lace your fingers. If you're using dumbbells, you have them in an overhand grip, just bring them up across your chest. That'll be our transition here. Remember, never locking your knees. One more squat. Left leg steps back once. Left leg together, right leg together. This is your pattern. Maybe you sink your hips, sink, press. So once you sink your hips, you have to push down into the floor to come up. So sink, press, sink, press, sink, again. Now triple pulse down. You have 3, 2, 1, other way. 3, 2, 1, again, same thing, 3, 2, 1, triple again, 3, 2, all singles here. Sink, press, sink, push down to come up. One more, then parallel squat. All right, so now you want to make sure that you have room on either side of your mat. You're gonna keep your squat. I'm gonna build it from here. Left leg steps wide. And then right leg underneath your hips. So you're back into a narrow parallel, but you are on the edge of your space. Now as you're here, shift your weight to your right foot, no weight on your left. Your left toe's like a little kickstand. So this is your single leg squat. You can always do this as your first and only level, or your leg can sweep out. What's the verb I'm looking for? You can slide out. Slide. Push down to your right leg. Let's do 4. Push down. 3, 2 more. Then hold your squat. Hold it, legs out to the side. It's gonna circle to the back. I'm gonna scooch a little bit so you can see it. So to the back, and then directly to the side, and then to the back. For 2, single counts here. Take it back, side, back. 4 more to go. So 4, side. 3, 2 more. On the last one, hold your legs back. Try to lift it up. Flex your back foot and pulse. So if you're using dumbbells, you can either have them across your chest or you can hang them straight down. Either way, chest up, belly button in for 4, 3, hold your pulse, bring your heel towards your hip, and then extend. Let's do it again. Heel towards the hip. Now I say towards because it shouldn't get all the way to your hip. If the heel gets all the way to your hip, you want to make sure to take your knee further back behind you, because what you're looking to do is to engage your hamstring here. Engage it, and then single count. So engage, extend, engage, extend. I know. Let's do 4 more from here. We have 4. Seems endless, doesn't it? 2 more. On the last one, keep it bent. Point your knee to the side wall and pulse. Pulse. I know. Your right booty is barking at you. That's what's supposed to be happening. So 4. I lied. That was going to be 8. Now it's 4. In 4. 3, 2, hold. Extend your back leg. Toes to the floor. Bring your leg to the side and pulse. Just 4. 3, I promise. 2, and come up and squat. Squeeze your glutes. Ouch. All right. Before we go back to the center, let's take our feet out wide. Sink your hips. I'm gonna scooch so I'm in the frame. So sink, push down. It's turned out this time. 1 more, and back to a narrow parallel. I'm gonna get us back and over to the other side. As you squat, right leg steps out wide, and then your left leg comes in. So you should be right in the center where you started. I do realize, as I look to my right, that I have a dog that I'm gonna have to dodge. Alrighty, as you squat, step your right foot out wide, sink, squeeze your glutes as you push down to the floor, left leg comes to narrow parallel. Well, at least he's being stationary right now. Alright, 2 more. As you squat, shift your weight to your left foot. No weight on the right. Right foot's like a little kickstand. Remembering that you can work here the whole time. This can be your one and only level, or as you squat, your toe can slide out. I realize at this point, I'm gonna have a problem when I do that semicircle. Hold it out. Hold it right here. Take your toes behind you. I'm gonna scoot onto my mat. You guys stay on the edges of your mat. For 2 and single count. So it's back, side. I would try to move him, but I don't want to have a commotion. And because my producer had to drive the child, it's just us here. I should talk about them. Hold it back. Pick your back leg up. I'm gonna turn so you can see me. Flex your back foot and pulse. So your back leg pulses up. Then hold, pull your heel towards your hip and extend. So remember the rule, you don't want your heel coming all the way to your hip. You want it coming about halfway, and you want to feel your hamstrings just grab right here. Let's do 2 more slowly. Curl for 2, extend. Once more, curl for 2, and then single counts here. So curl, extend, curl, extend. Again, let's do 4 more. I know left side of your booty should be barking the way the right side was. This time, hold your curl, knee to the side, and pulse. Pulse, breathing in and out, chest up. 3, 2, hold, extend. Toes on the floor, take it side, and pulse. 2, 3, and parallel squat. Squeeze. I'm gonna turn back to my original position. Feet wide, toes to the corners, sink, press. 2 more. And then back to a narrow parallel here. I'm gonna get us back to the center by taking your left leg out wide, and then your right leg comes into narrow parallel. You should be right where you started. If you've been using dumbbells and they're here, bring them down. If you're using a bar, unlace, unroll, flip your grip, one hand at a time, and as you squat, set your bar down on the floor, palms together, or your dumbbells. If you're setting dumbbells down, be careful that you don't dent your floor. I may or may not have done that on Wednesday. All right, so now's a good time to either grab some water or towel or both. I'm gonna grab just a towel for a second. Okay. Put all your stuff out of the way. We are gonna use some of our side space. So this is always the base that you can come back to. You don't have to do all the craziness that we're about to, but you can touch your knees, knuckles up, sink, knuckles up. Again, let's do 4 more like that. So 4, push down, 3, 2 more, and then your right leg steps out one time, together and left, out, together, out, together, center, squat, touch your knees, 4, reach, 3, 1 more, step out on your right side and sink, come up. So you push down to come up. 1 more, feet parallel, squat, touch your knees, knuckles up. Again, right leg steps out from here, sink, push against the floor. 2 more, feet parallel, squat here. Oh sure, now he moves. 2 more, right leg steps out, last set of these. 4, remember this step out to the side, we're gonna use it later. Feet parallel, squat. 4, reach. 3, 2, palms together, just a squat. Sink, squeeze your glutes. So remember not to lock your knees. Feet wide, toes towards me. I guess the producer did not do his due diligence and hide all the squeaky toys. Stay in your wide squat, squeezing your glutes by pushing your feet down to come up out of the squat. Feet on the edges of your mat. We'll go slow motion. Hands to the floor. Right leg reaches back. Oh, to a runner's lunge. Back to wide. And up. I'm going to hang on to this toy. Hands to the floor. Left leg reaches back to wide. Roll up. Single counts here. Right leg goes back and wide. Up. Left leg goes back and wide. Up. Good dog. Thinks I'm playing football. Again. Hands down. Option to lift your arm up. I lost which side I was on. You don't have to do the reach. You can, but you don't have to. Just the squat here. So remember that. Also remember the side step. Feet narrow parallel underneath your hips. Now take a little step back. So you have space in front of you. What am I gonna do with this thing? If I throw it, he'll just grab it. Maybe I can throw it somewhere he couldn't get it. I doubt it. I'm gonna try it because I wanna get rid of it. Oh boy. All right, so you're gonna start here and use the space in front of you. Left leg starts by stepping forward once. Step forward, together. Right, together. Left, together. This is your very base move. Now maybe turn a little bit to the corner. If that can happen, you gotta make sure that when you change, your weight is in your back heel so that you don't torque your knee. Then you can add a little hip sink here. Hip sink. You know it's coming. Reach up behind you here. So reach your arm up, but sink your hips. So you down and up at the same time. Let's do it again. So 4, 3, 2, parallel squat. So we're gonna put 3 moves together that you just did. Let's walk through it. The first step is gonna be the step forward, step out, 1 runner stretch back. Sure. I'll walk through it with you. Just the feet, no big deal. Left leg steps forward, right leg steps out. Now your left leg goes back behind you. And come up, right leg goes forward, left leg out to the side, hands down, right leg back. Jane, how's it going? Left leg goes forward, right leg out. Left leg goes back. You can work just like that. Right leg goes forward, left leg out. Right leg goes back. So whichever leg you start with is the leg that goes behind you. So forward, out, hands down. Again, oh no, I did the wrong side. Ah, you guys with me? Right leg forward, sorry. Now left, out, hands down. Ah, shoot, just squats. I gotta get myself together. Now this, let me see if I can do it. Left leg starts, left, right. Left leg goes back. Now right leg starts. Left leg out. Right leg goes back. Let's do it again. Left leg goes forward. Right leg goes out. Left leg goes back. Right leg steps towards me. Left leg goes out. Hands down. Oh, did I screw it up? Yes. Squat. Oh my gosh. This is what happens when you don't get enough sleep. All right. Let me see if I can do this. Last try for me. Left leg steps forward. Right leg out. Left leg back. Right leg forward, left leg out. Right leg back, left leg goes forward, right leg out. Left leg back. Right leg forward. Ooh, this is hard to focus. Left leg out. Right leg goes back. One more each side. Left, right, left goes back. Right leg forward, left leg out. Right leg back. Just the squat. I know, Jane. Does that hurt your head? Sorry about that. I don't think I've ever had to stop and start in that interval at all. Okay. You should be sort of in the middle of your space for this next one. Left leg sets back. Keep the heel up. Make it a lunge. Arms down and up. Down, up. Now hold it up. Hinge at your hip palms together and up. Let's do that again. So hinge forward. Just the lunge, down and up. So down, up. Two more. And then we'll go slightly faster. Hip hinge once, over, lunge once. Hip hinge, lunge once. So this can be your pattern. If the hinge is too much, you can do just the lunges. If you're hip hinging and you want to, you can lift your back leg up. Up, hinge over, up, lunge, again, hip, up, lunge, same thing, over, up. Let's do it again. Hinge over, up, lunge, same thing. We'll go twice more in either level. Last one. Feet parallel, just the squat. Sink, squeeze. We're gonna do the other side. Right leg, steps back, heel stays up. Make it a lunge. I'm gonna turn a little bit towards you so you can see the pattern. Arms up and down, up. So 4, 3, 2, then slow motion, hip hinge here. 1, 2, and up. Again, 1, 2, single count, lunge, down and up. Twice more, then we'll take it, single count, hip hinge right here. One lunge, again, same thing, hip hinge, lunge, maybe your back leg comes up, and lunge. Same thing, over, up, down and up, same thing, over, up, down and up. You're breathing in and out. Let's do it again. Up, lift, down and up. Twice more from here. Over, up. Last one. Feet parallel, just the squat. Sink, squeeze. All right, you can pedal or you can hop. So pedal here or hop. Either way, step out or jump out. So pedal, step. Ooh, my calves don't like this today. 4 more of any level. 3, 2, hold your squat here. Wide parallel squat. Keep your squat, but then toes to the corners. Now you hip sink. Straight down, arms up and out. Up. Again, out. Up. 2 more. Hold it down. Left heel comes up. Rotate to your right. Center. Other side. Right heel up. Rotate to the left. Down. Up. Right. Left heel. Rotate. Center. Up. Right heel. Rotate. Center. Again. Heel up. Rotate. And the last time on this interval, just the hip sink. Sink. Up. Toes towards me. Make it a squat. 4 more. Sink. Squeeze your glutes. 2 more. Then we do the pedal or hop and step out. So pedal, step, or hop, jump. Either way, Your feet end wide for 4, wide. 3, sink. 2, 1 more. Hold your squat here. Sink. Palms together. Tailbone goes back. Hold it up. Toes to the corners. Sink. Push down. Arms up and out. This time, left heel up. Rotate to the right. Center up. Right heel comes up. Rotate to the left. Again, left heel. Rotate. Same thing. Heel up. Rotate. Once more each side. Heel up. Rotate. Last one. And toes towards me. Parallel squat. Taking a little break. And then toes back out to the side. Sink your hips here. No rotation this time, but arms up and out. Now 3 pulses down. So 3, 2, push down, together and out. You're gonna use the other foot to come in, together and out. So 3, 2, that together and out. Can be a push down and a jump up. So 3, 2, 1, together and out. 3, 2, 1, together and out. So 3, 2, 1, more. 3, 2, just the hip sink, palms together. Parallel, narrow towards me. Sink, squeeze. 4 more like this. 4, push down. 3, I know. Hands to your knees. Sink your booty. Knees, reach up. Touch your knees. Sink your tailbone. Yes, I know. I know. Oh, did you glitch, guy? So this is your first level, or up tempo from here. So knees, sink, knees up. Remember, you're not trying to touch the floor as much as you're trying to sink your tailbone. Maybe your heels lift at the top. I'm not gonna jump this today because I have a different finish. 1 more. Hold it at the top. Hold it. Hold. Palms together. Thumbs at your chest. Lower your heels. Take a step forward and sink. Squeeze. I haven't finished with this one in a while. Left leg kick back 4 times. So 4 together. 3, 2, right side for 4. So it's just a step together. This is our first level. You can work here, left side. That step can turn into a lateral lunge by bending your back leg, pushing off. Right side. Step or lateral lunge. If you're taking the lunge, maybe your arms go with you on your left. So 4, 3, 2, right side for 4. 4, 3, 2, left side for just 2. 1 more, left side for 2. 2 again on your left. 1 more, right side for 2. Then single side to side. Step, press, step, press. Maybe you sink a little further into your lateral lunge and let your front fingertips graze the floor. That means you gotta push a little harder to come up. Sink, press. Final 4 arms reach up, right there. 2 more. Parallel squat here. 4, squeeze your glutes. 3, 2 more. Hold your squat. Hands on your legs. Round your back. Release. Do it again. Round your back. Release. Twice more. Round. Release. This time come all the way up. All right. Grab your towel. Maybe your beverage. Just gonna pat a little bit of the sweat off. Now I was turned to the side. You don't have to. I just turn to the side so that way I can cue front arm, back arm. So you can face whichever way you like. All right. I'm gonna have a seat. Oh, grab your, I'm using 2 towels. I'm sitting on one, And I'm using the other for resistance. Let me grab a sip of this bad boy. All right, so I'm taking my towel, grabbing it, shoulder distance apart. You want it to be tight. You don't want it to be loose here because you want to pull against it for resistance. So bend your knees, sit up tall, right on top of your butt bones. I have a visitor. Curl down for 2, come right back up to straight. So as you curl, you pull your towels out to the sides. Curl for 2, again. So curl for 2 and up. Again, curl for 2. Maybe on the curl, your arms lift up. They're not gonna go past your ears, but you're gonna pull them out to the sides as they lift up. Curl, lift, pull your hands to the side. No slack in the towel. 2 more just like that. So curl, lift. We're gonna keep our curl, but take a rotation towards me. So curl, rotate towards me, back, away from me this time. Curl, rotate away from me. You should feel this in your lats and your obliques. Those are all the muscles on the sides of your core. You know, the ones that sometimes stick out a little bit from your waistband. You know. Now me, it doesn't always so much stick out of my waistband as the weight gathers around my booty, and then I can't even get the waistband up. And then, you know, all bets are off. So, no chocolate, still for me. This time, straight down and hold. Hold in the center. Yep, no chocolate. Tomorrow's gonna be 6 weeks. Crazy. From here, you can stay or rotate towards me and center to the back. Center towards me, center. Maybe you extend your leg as you rotate across. Rotate. Pull the towel out to the sides. Squeeze underneath your armpits. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and come up, forward fold. Set your towel down. So you're gonna forward fold. Your knees can be bent or straight, whichever works better for you. All you're looking for is a release in the low back, a little stretch behind your hamstrings, and you want your shoulder blades to actively separate. Chin to your chest. Inhale. On your exhale, flex both feet, pull your toes towards your forehead, bring your eyes up first, and then your shoulders, and then your body. If your bar's in your way, roll it out. You'll tuck your hips. Take your fingertips out to the side if you need them to roll down. When you're all the way down, bring your knees into your chest. On a scooch, so knees to the chest. Rock your knees side to side. Little windmill stretch, rotating your back. I like to extend my leg, the top leg, out of the very side of the stretch. Gives you a little extra stretch here in the glutes and the low back. You don't have to. Maybe you don't need it. We're all shaped very differently. And then come back to the center. Hands to the side of your hips, shoulders pressing into the floor. It's almost like you're trying to stretch out your collarbone. Palms on the floor. We're gonna untuck our hips so our belly button's level to our pelvic bone. 90 degrees of the hip and the knee. Your legs are your dumbbells. Front legs, gonna dip the toes towards the floor. Right back up, back leg. Dip towards the floor. So the key here is that you're moving in your hip joint. Knee joint stays in 90 degrees, and the only moving joint is your hip. So we're not gonna go faster, but you do have the option of both legs together. That'll double your resistance. You probably won't get to the floor on the double, but you don't have to. You're only dipping until you find the point of resistance that works for you. Did I mention you should be breathing? Exhale for 2, inhale. Again, exhale, 1, 2, inhale. Again, exhale, 1, 2, inhale. Let's do it again. Exhale, 1, 2, inhale. Last time, exhale for 2, and hold right here. Bring your knees in for a little break. You see when you bring your knees in, how your back tucks under, your hips tuck, and there's no resistance on your core. So you can give a little rock side to side. All right, hold at center. Untuck your hips again, 90 degrees at the hip and the knee. This time, fingertips up towards the ceiling. Calves are parallel to the floor. Inhale, take the arms up over your head. Exhale, circle your arms around. Squeeze under your armpits and roll your shoulders off the floor. This might be enough work for you. If it is, stay right here, or you can pulse your arms like you're pulling rope straight down from the ceiling, reaching your fingertips past your glutes so that your lats are engaged. If this is really driving your neck crazy, you can take one arm behind, or you can lower your shoulders. If you're here and you still need more resistance, you can extend your legs out on a diagonal. You should be breathing. In, 2, 3, 4, exhale. Let's do it again. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale. Last set. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, and hold. If your legs are extended, bring them to chair, and then everybody releases. Rock your knees side to side. We're going to do it again. A little different. Not the pulses so much in that position. Hold it center. Untuck your hips. 90 degrees at the hip and the knee. Fingertips to the ceiling. Same setup. Inhale, reach up over your head. Exhale, circle around. Squeeze under your armpits. Roll your shoulders up. Extend your front leg up. Back leg can sit on a diagonal, or you can sit on the floor, whichever works for you. Back arm comes across your front leg. Flex your feet. Now pulse towards me on a diagonal, trying to keep your back shoulder blade way off the floor. Push your heels out to the walls and ceiling. Breathing in and out. You have 8, 7, 6, final 4 right here. 3, 2, hold, and come back to the center. Let's set up the other side. Untuck your hips, 90 degrees of the hip and the knee, fingertips to the ceiling. Inhale, take the arms up over your head. Exhale, circle your arms around, squeeze under your armpits, roll off the floor. Back leg extends up. Front leg either on a diagonal, it can be whatever height you need, or you can plant your foot on the floor, whichever works for you. Flex both feet if they're up. Front arm goes across your back hip. Peel your front shoulder blade off the floor. Little pulses right here. Squeeze your lats to pulse. Up, breathing all the way in and out. Final set of 8 from here. So 8, 7, 6, last 4, 3, 2, hold it up, and release. Knees to the chest. Let's do one more ab exercise before we stretch. Cross your ankles. Take your toes up towards the ceiling. Put your knees to the side. Fingertips behind your ears. So you'll squeeze under your armpits. Lift your shoulder blades just slightly off the floor. This is going to be your start position. You'll crunch everything in towards each other, then away from your center. And exhale on the way out. Inhale, 1, 2, exhale. Again, inhale, 1, 2, exhale. Again, so try not to pull on your head. Just think about your hips and shoulders coming closer together. Again, pull in. For 2, exhale. Once more, inhale. 2, exhale. This time come in and hold and crunch. Little pulses. Final 4, 3, 2, and release. Feet on the floor. Hands to the side of your hips. Feet as close to your booty as you can get them. Then tuck your hips. Push your feet down to lift your hips up. Trying to find a bridge pose. That's just a diagonal line from your shoulders through your hips to your knees. Your toes can wiggle. Maybe you put your arms underneath your booty. Lace your fingers. Try to straighten your elbows. Breathe here. Just for 4 more. 3, 2, if your fingers are laced, unlace them now. Let your spine come down to the floor, 1 bone at a time. Bring your front knee into your chest. Extend your leg up. Only until you feel the stretch behind your front leg. Back leg can stay where it is, or it can walk out to find a point of flexibility that serves you today. Flex your front foot. Now bend the knee to the chest for 2. So 1, 2, drive it up. Again, flex and bend. For 2, send the heel up. Breathing as it happens. One more time. Flex. Bend, hold your leg up. Take your front arm anywhere on the inside of your front leg. You want to just push the leg to the side, far enough to feel the stretch on the inside of the leg. Try to flex both feet, pushing your heels out to the wall. Breathing all the way in and all the way out. Then bend your front knee to the center. Front arm reaches out towards me. Back arm goes across your bent knee. And take your knee away from the screen. Keeping your fingertips reaching out towards me. Breathing as it happens. 4, 3, 2. Come back to the center. Change sides. Front foot on the floor. Extend your back leg up. Flex your foot. Now your front leg can stay where it is or it can walk out to any point of flexibility that works for you. Bend your back knee to the chest. 1, 2, send the heel up. Again, flex. Bend, send it up. Twice more, flex. Bend, drive it up. Last time, flex. Bend, hold your leg up. Take your back arm anywhere on the inside of your back leg. Then push it to the side. Maybe it's only an inch, but just far enough to feel the stretch on the inside of your leg. Your front hip continues to press down towards the floor. You flex both feet, pushing your heels out to the walls. Then bend your back knee to the center. Back arm reaches out to the side. Front arm across your knee, and then rotate over towards your screen, keeping your reach with your back arm. Full spine rotation, breathing all the way in and all the way out. And then come back to the center, both feet on the floor. Flip over onto your stomach, arms and legs extended all the way out. Your front arm's gonna reach back, try to grab where your shoelaces would be. Pull your heel to your hip, hip to the floor. Trying to keep your knees straight out from your hip, not holding your breath. And then release, change sides. Reach your back arm around, grab where your shoelaces would be. Heel to the hip, hip to the floor. Breathing all the way in and all the way out. If you can, keep that back arm on your foot. Bring your front arm around. Grab where your shoelaces would be. And if you're not quite here, work on this. If you're already here, push your feet into your hands and lift your knees. Get a nice deep stretch on your quadriceps. Maybe you lift your chest. Breathing in and out. And then release. Hands inside of your chest. Press your chest up. Take your hips back to your heels to child's pose. Pressing your chest through your shoulders. Rotate your thumbs up towards the ceiling so your hands are on their sides. And then release your palms back to the floor. Round up to a tabletop position. Hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Round your back. Separating your shoulder blades. Then push down to lift your tailbone up. Walk your feet up towards your hands. Forward fold. Tailbone lifts up. Let your head hang as you unroll when you're all the way up. This class is done. You guys did it. Okay, so I'm so sorry there's no after party today. I gotta get moving. But on Sunday at 10 o'clock, I'm going to team teach my friend Alex. You'll love him. He's going to drop into my screen. So you'll have both of us in a split screen. And I promise a nice beefy after party on Sunday. I'll post the schedule and all the formats tomorrow on my Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. So thanks again. Go to my YouTube, subscribe, tell everybody you know to subscribe. And thanks. I'll see you guys Sunday morning at 10. Bye.